I believe, again, God is showing us that there is none that compare with him. All the false prophets aside, all the conjurers, magicians, they fall by the wayside because of this impossible command from a wicked king. Now look with me at verses 7 down to 13. It says, they answered a second time and said, let the king tell the dream, and his servants, and we will declare the interpretation. The king replied, I know for certain that you are bargaining for time, inasmuch as you have seen that the command from me is firm, that if you do not make the dream known to me, there is only one decree for you have agreed together to speak lying and corrupt words before me until the situation is changed. Therefore tell me the dream, that I may know, that you may declare to me its interpretation. The Chaldeans answered the king and said, there is not a man on earth who can declare the matter before the king, inasmuch as no great king or ruler has ever asked anything like this of any magician, conjurer, or Chaldean. Moreover, the thing which the king demands is difficult, and there is no one else who could declare to the king except God's, whose dwelling place is not with mortal flesh. Because of this, the king became indignant and very furious and gave orders to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. So the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and that they looked for Daniel and his friends to kill them. These conjurers are just like, we can do it. Just tell us the dream. Just tell us the dream. Bargaining for time, doing anything they can to try to stay this wicked king. But God is sovereignly eliminating them, removing them out of the picture, so that only him in his glory would stand. But Nebuchadnezzar will not budge. No matter how much they plead with him, he would not budge. Now, this might sound redundant, but I'm going to give you another verse on the sovereignty of God. And if you're like, John, stop. No. Proverbs 21, verse 1. And this is where I titled the sermon after, so I'm definitely not going to miss this verse. Proverbs 21:1, and I believe this could be the title verse for this whole book of Daniel. The king's heart is like channels of water in the hand of the Lord. He turns it wherever he wishes. Wherever he wishes. God is not causing the evil in the king, but he is managing it, and not even sovereignly directing it every single bit of the way. Every single bit of the way. The king's heart is like rivers in the channels of the hands of the Lord. So, and I believe this is precisely what God is doing with Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar's heart, even his sinful heart, is being channeled by God's hands to accomplish its purposes. And again, to speak this over you, would you remember this in these tumultuous times? God is sovereign. God is in control. Please remember that, Christian. Please remember that, Christian. If God is not in control, what else are we standing on? God is in control always, even over the wicked kings and rulers and authorities.